Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Business Talks. I am your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's episode, we are going to discuss Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard, she filed the lawsuit because of the caucus. She said she was wrongfully treated. They practiced some unfair practices because she was not able to be a part of that Democratic ticket. Some people are saying Tiffany showed up late for the caucus. But we discussed that last week. Tiffany showed up late. Then she tried to rally her supporters and say, hey, come out and support me. And then she had Tweedledum and Tweedledee out there on I guess you want to call the campaign trail with her, saying, hey, how she was wrongfully treated. She even had her boyfriend out there saying she was wrongfully treated, threatening actually one of the news reporters. And so we're going to talk about that today. And lo and behold, I believe Tiffany actually dropped her lawsuit because it was frivolous. Okay. So we do have the lawsuit documentation. We're going to review that. And we're going to look at some of the things that people are saying in regards to this lawsuit and why she ended up dropping her lawsuit. Okay. So that's all on another episode of Business Talk, so you guys stay tuned. Something like this, a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. Something like this, a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. You guys put in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. Please put in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. Let's see who we have in the building. I see we have Noble Young in the building. What is good? Is always great to see you. Cheryl Ingram is in the building. Hello, everyone. We have Celeste Hodges from Texas. Dave Bryson from New Zealand. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Lexi, what is good? It's always great to see you. D. Dave Wonderful from ATX. I see we have Lexi. Damn, school shooting in Wisconsin, 12 shot shooter, female, and is dead. I wonder. I was discussing this, with my sister right before I got online, and she was telling me about it. And remember the last school shooting they had? It was at a Christian school. This is at a Christian school. I don't have more information about that. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow as more information comes in. But I wonder if it's the same similar scenario in regards to this type of school shooting. It's getting pretty crazy out here. And I think, we have a hard truth to look at to see, like, what are we doing with our kids and our young adults? Why don't they have the mental capacity to process trauma or things that maybe that's not going their way, or people don't view the world as they view it? How do you process that? How do you live in a society where everybody doesn't view the way you think they should view? Do you just go off and start taking people's lives? No. So it's a reality that Americans need to face. I think Europe, United Kingdom, they're facing that same reality. What is going on? Is it something in our food, or is it something that a culture difference that we actually created during this pandemic? You guys let me know. Put it in the chat. Anyway, Justin Thompson, what is good with you? Good afternoon. If you guys don't tune into my morning show, it's Unpopular Opinion on Chawanne Burns 2.0. We are changing the channel name. It's going to be Unpopular Opinion. But it's Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my co-host, super producer, we're on there live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Okay, so you guys tune in for that. Larry Fryman, why? Why what? Larry Ryford, why? I don't know why you put why in the chat. But Larry Friedman, thank you for tuning in. Samuel Matthew, what is good? Chi-Town is in the building. What is going on? Thank you so much. Shell Ingram, I heard. I'm going to check it out later after the broadcast. Justin Thompson, thank you. Thank you. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button. We got 70 people in the building. Subscribe, share this video, like this video. D Dave, I wonder if that attorney is going to refile the lawsuit minus some names. Exactly. I hope not. Just give it up, Tiffany. Give it up. Prima Donna. Hey, everyone. Anger mismanagement is in the building. Wrecking Ball. Giving y'all Scottish perspective on Tiff nonsense. LeBron Connor. Thank you for tuning in. Tyrell Harris. Yo, ma. East New York, Brooklyn in the house. Okay. That's my East Coast, I guess my East Coast vernacular. Anyway, Shy Girl. Hey from Park Forest. What is good? Mannequin Skywalker. Good evening. Regards from Scotland. We have some people across the pond. Thank you. Chris Happ. She was there at 4:30. She was in a meeting. Okay. Rachel Ellis, Minnesota. Thank you for tuning in. Tracy Gill tuning in for Chicago Heights, Illinois. We have Bandon, Oregon, waving, and Chris Hepp from Cleveland, Allen, London, UK. Thank you for tuning in. Larry Fryman, Upper Bucks, PA. Thank you for tuning in. Kevin Walker from Pittsburgh. Anthony Hood, what up, though, from Detroit. Michael Stevens, watching from California. Just share the link here to Dalton Politics as well. Thank you, D. Dave. We normalize things so these kids think this is the way to go. Don't ya want to know? Hey, from Houston, Capri Sherwood. Good afternoon from Toronto or Ontario. And F. Shug Rado 3. Howdy, everyone from Arkansas, born in Harvey, Illinois, raised in West Suburbs. Okay, thank you for tuning in. So we're going to get started. We're not going to hold you guys for long because I do have a meeting to attend at 3 o'clock. So we're going to get into it. This first story, I just want to give you a recap of what happened, okay? This is Tiffany Henyard. This story came or was broadcast by Fox 32 News. And it's about a minute, basically saying how Tiffany Henyard is mad and she filed a lawsuit. That's basically what it's saying, okay? She mad, and so she filed a lawsuit against Dalton trustees. I don't know why she would file a lawsuit. And Thornton Township Caucus, okay?
And the township's Democratic caucus.
You guys let me know if you could hear this. Make sure you can actually see it. Okay, you can. My bad.
Caucus after losing the nomination for her leadership role.
She claims the caucus process was unfair and accuses State Senator Napoleon Harris, the caucus leader, of voter suppression. And Thornton Township Henyard claims Harris and caucus organizers locked out supporters during the December 3rd nomination meeting, forcing many to stand outside in freezing weather. She alleges the process was rigged and says the decision to hold a caucus instead of a primary denied voters their rights. Harris denies the claims, insisting the caucus followed state tradition.
It's about the process as a whole. It's about the people. I've always stood for the people. That's why I'm called the people's mayor, the people's supervisor. And that evening, I was very confident that I will be victorious in getting a nomination because the people really do stand with me. But I was not able to display that because our voices was taken.
And Dalton Henyard's lawsuit accuses trustees of limiting her power to appoint leaders like police chief and village attorney. Trustees and caucus members deny the claims, calling the lawsuits a distraction.
Yeah, the lawsuit is actual distraction. Coming to find out, even though the Senator Napoleon Harris.
Will the stress of the holidays get the better of you?
Senator Napoleon Harris, he did opt to just do a caucus, but he has the power to say, hey, we're going to do a caucus versus we'll do a primary, okay? I do not agree how they did it. However, he did everything in the rules or the letter of the caucus or the Democratic, whatever bylaws. Nothing that he did was illegal. Anyway, so Tiffany was mad, and you saw Marcus. I think his name is DeMarcus Quigley. I don't know why he don't put no lotion on them lips. Don't understand. But they had suits on at least this time. They kind of look put together. But she had a bunch of group of people, a bunch of people that look like they shouldn't even be in front of the camera, and probably not. Probably not. And so Tiffany act like people are going to feel sorry for her, and they're not, because she spent 3 years silencing the people because they were asking about her spending. So now you want to go in front of the media and say, oh, they're doing me wrong. Look at them. They're doing me wrong. No, Tiffany, nobody feels sorry for you. So now you got to eat a slice of humble pie. You have to eat or reap what you sow. You sowed these bad seeds, and now, they're rearing their ugly head up on you. Okay, so that's that. So Tiffany decided to file a lawsuit, and we do have the lawsuit. Let me just share this with you. And I think reason why she had to drop the lawsuit is because she named some people that weren't supposed to be on the lawsuit. Let me just get to. Anger mismanagement. Yeah, she's mad because she spent some loot to rig the election and it backfired. It backfired on her. Okay, so in this lawsuit, or in this, complaint, she filed this on the 12th, December the 12th. And it says Tiffany Henyard as a supervisor of Township of Thornton and as the mayor of the village of Dalton. Now you name dropping, you using your title and your name to file this lawsuit. And then she put Fitzgerald Roberts as the mayor of village of Dixmoor. Was he even there? I don't think so. Why would you put this man's name on there, even if he was there? Did he say add me to the lawsuit? I'm not suing Napoleon Harris. I wasn't running for the township supervisor. Why would you put my name on there? Anyway, Napoleon Harris, as the committee person in the Democratic Party for the Township of Thornton and Democrats of Thornton Township as Illinois political party committee. And it says this is a verified complaint for declaratory judgment and injunction. Okay, so she's filing an injunction. Remember the last time I told you, I'm not a lawyer, you guys. I just know some legal terms. But remember I said last week, I was like, or the week before last, I was like, Tiffany, she's going to try to file an injunction because of this. And that's what she's trying to do, because she's trying to stop the process and say, no, we need to have a primary because the people's voices were not heard. They locked my people out, and all these people were in there because they had some other type of event. Well, those people, they claim that they checked the ID of the individuals that attended, and those people were legal residents and were legally able to vote in this caucus. Okay, and it says now, and they did have a lawyer there as well present. It was Oldison, but it was a lawyer there. Now comes the plaintiff Tiffany Henyard as in the capacity as the supervisor in of Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois, and in her capacity of mayor of village of Dalton, okay, and the Fitzgerald Roberts as and in his capacity of mayor of village of Dixmoor County. Illinois through the undersigned council pursuant of Illinois code. So they named the code and grounds to the plaintiff state as follows. It says Tiffany Henyard is the organized government, and Fitzgerald is the mayor of Dixmoor. And defendant, they name all the defendant. They name all the the Democrat of Thornton Township. They put this committee ID, and they cited the laws, and it says this is the background and facts that they're talking about. And it says on December the 3rd, 2024, pursuant to the provisions of Section 4510 of Illinois Township Code, a caucus of the Democrat Party was held for the Township of Thornton for the purpose of nominating candidates of Democrat Party for the various township offices to be voted upon at the consolidating general election to be held on April 1st, 2025. The caucus was held at Homewood Flossmoor Park District Auditorium located at Homewood. The caucus was scheduled for 7 p.m. The caucus commenced about 7 p.m. The caucus concluded at 7:10 p.m. And it says the allegations that pursuant to this section code 4510, it says defendant Napoleon Harris in his capacity as a committee person of the Democrat Party for Thornton Township, therefore Township Central Committee, therefore chair, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then they cite the rules. It says the rules of the procedure of conducting township or multi-township caucus must be approved and may be amended by the majority vote of the qualified participant attending the caucus. No participant shall be able to participate or vote at any township or multi-township caucus if the person is or was at any time during the 12-month before the caucus any of the following: elected or appointed public official of another established political party, elected or appointed office director or principal committee man of representative of township, judge, a voter who voted in the primary election statewide at another statewide established political party. Caucus shouldn't be held before 6 p.m. The caucus shall commence at a specified place in the notice of a caucus. You know, these are rules that they set forth, right? And it sounds like, and I'm reading through it, nominations of selections of a candidate shall accept from the qualified participant of the caucus the method of voting, written ballot, voice vote, show of hands, standing vote. They followed the rules. So why did she include that? Listen, Tiffany, and whoever just taking your money at this point. What rule did he violate? You need to put that. The judge is going to read that. Are you saying the section in its entirety provided what section? It says 60 Illinois Code 145. Section 15. What section did he violate? I'm looking through. He sounds like he followed the rules. He followed the rules. I mean, individuals participating at the established political party or multi-township caucus shall comply with each of the following. We don't know if he was registered as an election code, but yeah, I think they would have had all the systems and checks and balances in play because they want to get your ass out. Why would they even jeopardize them not succeeding in this takeover? Because it basically was a takeover, and not follow the rules. You play dirty, so they went. You go low, they went lower. That's basically what happened. Tiffany was going low, so they was like, oh, we can't follow the rules with Tiffany. And they figured it out. Oh, whoever told Napoleon Harris for you to get Tiffany out, you can't really follow the rules. We got to undercut her by following the rules, but we got to get dirty with her. We got to play politics with Tiffany, like dirty, dirty politics. And that's what they did. And everything that she put on here, this code, it seems like they followed. I was looking for a smoking gun and I don't see one. You guys put in the chat. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but everything I read about, what, 10 things, and all those 10 things, that's what he did. So I don't know what she's talking about. So anyway, and it says on December the 3rd, the defendant Napoleon Harris exercised his statutorial bestowed right and authority upon all the processes and procedures of the caucus, including the promulgation of rules as required by law. Okay, a copy of the rules and procedures adopted and for the caucus is attached here to in Exhibit A. Okay, and says Tiffany Henyard, seeking to participate and to be nominated at the caucus for the office, arrived at the caucus with hundreds of her supporters. Why they putting hundreds? Why didn't they put a definite number? Tiffany, if I had bus loads of people, she said people came in by airplanes and drones. They drove there. We had bus loads of people. We had about 500 people as supporters. That's what you said. Now on your thing, and then you said you arrived around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And now on this lawsuit or affidavit or whatever you want to call it, she's saying location caucus with hundreds of her supporters at about 4 p.m. on December the 3rd. Are you lying or are you lying, Tiffany? Because last week we already showed you guys. She was on Facebook at 5 o'clock. She was on Facebook at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock. So we know you did not show up at, let me just put this on here. We know you didn't show up at the place at Homewood because you was in your office or wherever this place is at. You guys put in chat, where is this office at? It's not in Homewood. She was either in the Thornton Township office or the Village of Dalton. And I don't think she goes to the Village of Dalton anymore because I guess she's probably trying to run away from lawsuits maybe. She in hiding. So this video was, you went live at 5:03 p.m. How in the world can you be two places at one time? And then we could go back to the video. You heard her say, oh, I arrived at 4:30. Then I arrived at 5 o'clock. Well, no, you're lying, Tiffany. You had this video and you talked about 10 minutes. So that means you got 10 minutes to arrive at Homewood. So how's that possible? How are you saying that you're at two places at one time? Can she get from this office to Homewood in an hour? Probably so. But everybody knows she didn't arrive at 4 o'clock. So right now we know you're lying. You're a liar. That's what we could say. You are lying. Okay. So how can we believe anything you put in this? Okay. And then if this lawsuit, if they decide to put this lawsuit again, since they dropped this, Napoleon Harris, all he got to do is go to your Facebook page and like, no, she didn't arrive because she was live in her office at this time. So you can't be at two places at one time. So stop it with the madness. Anyway, upon arrival at the location, it was discovered that hundreds of people were already inside the auditorium attending what was described by people being led into the building as a private party or a private event. Neither Henyard nor any of her supporters were allowed. Okay? It appeared as if only people with a certain identifiable tag or badge and people that were handpicked by recognition were allowed into the building for the private party or private event. The tag or the badge clearly reads Thornton Township Democratic Caucus Delegate Committee Man Napoleon Harris. A copy of the picture shown on the tag or the badge hanging on a lanyard worn by the actual participant of the private party. At about 6:30, a lot of people had gathered outside of the auditorium in the freezing cold weather, waiting in line to be let into the building. Many others were in buses and cars waiting to be let in. What happened to the drones? What happened to the drones? They came in by drones. Y'all came in by drones, planes, automobiles, cars, trains. Anyway, at 6:40 p.m., the doors were open for the people to start coming inside. However, the people who are already inside for the private event never exited the building, and the auditorium was never empty out to begin the process of allowing only qualified caucus participants in the auditorium. But you can't say, look, you can't say the people that was already in the building wasn't qualified to be a participant. You can't say that. You absolutely can't say that. Maybe those people were already qualified to be there. And then it says at 6:50, Henyard was helped to the front of the line in order to enter the building at approximately, because that's when she showed up. She showed up as, just say I showed up at 6:55. Why you lying? You know when somebody just be lying, and you know they showed up late for everything. So why you lying that you said you came early? Because everybody know you come late. You will be late for your own funeral. There's nothing wrong with that, but you don't have to lie on this document. You're lying in a court of law. At approximately 7 p.m., Defendant Harris began to preside over the caucus. It says Henyard attempted to address the defendant Harris, but was told that she was out of order and not recognized. You're out of order. Somebody did what you did do to them. You out of order. You out of order. You out of order, trustee. You out of order. You out of order. Call the roll. Call the roll. Call the roll. Call the roll. Like it's so hurtful when you're on the receiving end. It's really hurtful. I hope Tiffany is reviewing. I hope somebody send this to Tiffany Henyard. It's so hurtful. I'm in the counseling session. I'm just acting. Tiffany, you're like my younger sister. When you do wrong to people, you can't just be mad at people because they do wrong to you. You reap what you sow. And you expect everybody to rally up around you and say, oh yeah, you're doing Tiffany wrong. She's such a great person. You're not a great person. You're not. You need to change your evil ways for people to say, okay, they did Tiffany wrong and now we feel some type of way about it. Yeah, this was wrong. She was wrong. But why should we go to bat for you? You know, because you've been doing your people wrong for the longest. Some of the people that's, you know, you just being a leader, you could extend the olive branch to them and act like you care. The Alexis Wilson, you act like you didn't give a shit. The lady that lost her husband, that got killed out in front of the building, you act like you didn't give a shit. They come in and ask about what's the progress of you know, the status of their case, and you act like you don't give a shit. You don't say, oh, meet me outside or come to my office at such and such a time and we'll talk about it. I'll bring the chief of police and we'll discuss your case. This is a small community. You can very well do that. It's not Chicago. You have 20,000 residents. You could take the time out and act like you care about somebody. But instead, you want to go around acting like you Nina Brown and singing Rihanna talking about bitch better have my money. And then you wonder why people are on the internets saying ding dong, the witch is dead. We got rid of her. Anyway, it's you know, it's hurtful when you're on the receiving end. Plaintiff Fitzgerald Roberts had arrived approximately at 6:30 with many other residents and constituents for the purpose of participating, nominating candidates, and voting in the caucus. Roberts and all of his residents and constituents, too, waited in line outside of the building in the freezing weather. Roberts probably like, I didn't ask to be named in this lawsuit. What's this got to do with me? You guys put in chat, was Roberts on Tiffany's ballot? I don't know if he was. Was he actually on Tiffany's ballot? That's a good that's a good point, or a good observation. Who is paying for this lawsuit? I hope she ain't using the township money or the Village Dalton money. But she has her fake appointed attorney, which they put in a stop at the Village. She was behind her on the camera. And then she has that other guy that was attending the meeting. They flanked her, I guess, because she needs protection. I don't know. But yeah, they flanked her on each side, sitting at the Village of Dalton board meeting. So who's paying for these attorneys? Don't know. Sam Banks is in the building. What's good? What's good, Sam? D. Dave says, I don't like or trust Oldison. There's something about him that's just as much a snake as Tiffany. Yeah, but they using him a lot. But it might be the same situation. They use him just as much as what's the other law group that they said is kind of crooked. So maybe they are all crooked in Southland. I'm not for sure. I haven't heard bad things about Oldison, but they're using Oldison a lot, and I know he knows a lot about constitutional law. Tyrone Price is in the building. What is good with you? You're late, but I'm glad you're here. Okay. Kenneth Dawkins saying she signed the form to accept the rules that was put out November the 26th. So now you signed the form. Well, Tiffany can't read. November the 26th, Tiffany can't read. She said she got this business degree from Robert Morris, but Robert Morris closed down, so we can't verify. We can't verify if she actually received a degree. So she can't read. She's saying that so you're saying that she agreed to these rules, but apparently she didn't read the rules, because all the rules that I just went over, it looks like he followed all the rules. And if somebody specifically went against the rule, you would say section blah, 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 14.5. He totally disregarded that rule. He was out of order in that rule. And then, and during the caucus, Tiffany said, oh, I ain't agreeing to none of this. Well, you did agree to it. If what Kenneth is saying is true, you agreed to it. And it says at about 17, it was announced that the caucus was over and the defendant Napoleon Harris III and his slate had been nominated unopposed. Plaintiff Tiffany Henyard never got the opportunity to exercise her right to participate, nominated or be nominated, and to vote into caucus. Plaintiff Fitzgerald Roberts never got the opportunity to exercise his right to participate, nominate, or be nominated, and to vote in the caucus. Hundreds of people were waiting outside in line in the freezing cold and were turned away after waiting for several hours. Hundreds of people were waiting outside in line in the freezing cold weather, never got an opportunity to exercise. Why did they write that twice? Oh, and nominated and to vote in the caucus. About 7:15 on December the 3rd, counsel for the plaintiffs arrived at the caucus location and was briefed on the events. counseled there and then inquired about the rules and procedures and that were adopted from the caucus, but from one of the attorneys for defendant Harris, who was present and had counseled Harris at and through the caucus. Okay, now she's saying the rules that he violated. It was then gathered the copies of the rules and procedures that Napoleon Harris were never provided to the caucus participants, either in advance of the caucus or the caucus during the caucus, in a violation of 4550A. The Illinois Township Code, which provide the rules and procedures of conducting the caucus, must be approved and may be amended by the majority vote of qualified participants attending the caucus. It was gathered that the rules and procedures adopted by Napoleon Harris impose additional and unlawful qualification upon the would-be participants in that. Nominations can only be made by individuals who are members in good standing. To be considered in good standing, the individuals must have participated, assisted, otherwise supported the Democratic Party of Thornton Township in the last 6 months by attending or participating in the last 5 of the Democratic Party Thornton Township supported or sponsored events functions. Okay, so they're saying the person that nominated, he didn't participate in at least 5 participating event functions. It says this violation of this code, which provides the nominations of selections of the candidates, shall be accepted from any qualified participant caucus. It says most egregiously, it was gathered that the requirement to have participated, assisted, or otherwise supported the Democratic Party in the last 6 months by participating or attending at least 5 of the Democratic Thornton Township supported sponsored events, functions, or meeting. It says political party committee chaired by Napoleon Harris, including but not limited to have helped circulated petitions for and on behalf of the Democratic Party candidates. This is clearly an attempt to circumvent, which provides no candidate for nominations shall be required to file a fee to become a candidate at the caucus. They said it's unlawful and impossible requirements would be nominees that a written notice to attend to be a caucus slate of the nominees shall be required and shall be accepted from any qualified participant of the caucus. Such written notices of intent must be complete slate of the candidate and shall be delivered or mailed to the Central Committee chair email no later than December 2nd. And they said this is egregious for several reasons, because the rules, other procedures were not made available to would-be participants or nominees either in advance of the caucus. So she's saying she didn't get the rules. That's what she's saying. She said she didn't get the rules, and he violated some of these rules. Robert's saying this is what he did to her. I'm not going to read through that. And is this Tiffany Henyard handwriting? Whose handwriting is this? McStephen O'Solomon. I mean, where'd you get these signatures from? These are the same signatures. Anyway. They saying ordering a new caucus to be held in accordance to the township code. That's what they want. That's what they want, but they're not going to get it. This from Illinois. This report is from Illinois Leaks. It says major problem with Henyard's lawsuit against the Democratic caucus, Senator Harris. Why they got Tiffany looking like this? Tiffany look like call the roll. Call the roll, Robert. Call the roll. Her face look horrible. Like that's why she looking like that. Oh my God. Illinois Leaks, they know they wrong for this picture. All the pictures they could have put up, they put this one up. Anyway, they said Henyard and her tag-alongs went to Media Blitz crying to anyone who listened. Oh my goodness, this article is hilarious. It didn't take long to see the major problem in the lawsuit. She filed it in her official capacity as township supervisor as the mayor of Dalton without the approval of the township or the village board trustees. The complaint was verified, complaint section 1-109 of the Illinois Code in Civil Procedure. She included the co-plaintiff Fitzgerald Roberts, mayor of Dixmoor. Mayor Roberts told Fox 32 News that he had never gave Henyard or her attorney the authority to name him as a plaintiff. Then who signed it? Who signed this lawsuit? Or complaint? Who signed this complaint? There is a verification by certification document included in the complaint, which appears to include two separate computer-generated signatures, Henyard's and Roberts. If Roberts did not authorize his plaintiff, then the penalties of Section 109 should apply, and they were severe. Or they are severe. Any person who makes false statements material to issue or point in question, which he does not believe to be true, in any pleading, affidavit, or other document certified by such person in accordance with the section shall be guilty of a Class 3 felony. Why did you do this? Max Solomon. So you one of those crackpot attorneys? Are you just as dirty as those other crackpot attorneys? Tiffany, you just taking Tiffany money because she's not the sharpest tool in this shed. Instead of saying, no, I don't think you have a case. No, Tiffany Henyard, even though this was egregious and you feel slighted. Yeah, I don't agree with the process, but and he was there. Max Solomon was actually there at the caucus. I don't think you have a case. And so therefore, I'm not going to accept your money. I'm just going to tell you maybe there's other avenues that you could take. How about you could become a write-in candidate? How about that? But no, he took her money. And then you illegally filed this claim. Let's see if this is a, I want to see if this is him. No, this is not. Anyway, he said he's never gave her permission. Okay. It says emergency motion to dismiss was filed by Henyard's attorney, Max Solomon, 1 day after the filing complaint, which was after Mayor Roberts stated he did not authorize his name on the lawsuit. You just putting people's name on the lawsuit and it doesn't make any sense. Emergency motion to dismiss. And here go your fake generated signatures. Fake generated signatures. Okay. You guys put it in the chat. Let me know what you think about that. Tiffany, she put stuff out there. She was trying to, I guess she had we saw that on December the 7th at 3 p.m. She was trying to get all her supporters to come out about the stolen primary election. And we saw this video last week. Okay. And now she's talking about Christmas. Yeah, I mean, she moving forward, I guess. So she's, at her Christmas party. Some people are posting her. Well, I don't know if that's about Tiffany. But this is her ticket. She had event last Saturday, this past Saturday. And these are the people are on her ticket. All these ladies. That she's one on her ticket. Tanika Hughes, Linda Terrell as a trustee, Tanika Hughes as a clerk, trustee Jocelyn King, and trustee Vanessa Wesco. And I guess, nobody showed up because they put it in Dalton Politics saying it was pretty empty. I'll go back to that later. Thank you guys for posting me up in Dalton Politics. Thank you, Michael. Let me go to media. I'm trying to find that picture where they showed the part. Oh, this is it, I think. This is where this is where the meeting was supposed to be at, to meet her trustees and her slate or her ticket. But nobody showed up. The parking lot is empty. They got about 5-6 cars out there. So it wasn't a success. If it was a success, Tiffany would have had it online. She would have had pictures and stuff like that. I don't know why Tiffany can't get people to show up for her event. She spends a whole bunch of money, but she can't get people to show up. This is Max Solomon. I don't know, all you guys that's in South Holland or South Illinois. I guess he's running for the 19th Senate District. So I guess beware. Be aware of his name. Don't know how he is, but he doesn't seem like a good lawyer because he's advising Tiffany Henyard wrong. And another thing, Regina Waldrop, we're not going to get a chance to view it, but she did post a documentary about Dalton and Tiffany Henyard. And it's about a 50-minute documentary. I watched parts of it. It looks pretty good. So kudos to Regina for bringing that to light. And it's really a good film and footage about Dalton and like the history of Tiffany Henyard and how she started in Dalton and how people like really wanted Tiffany. They thought it was a breath of fresh air for Tiffany to be running because they thought she stood for the people because, she would go back and forth with the mayor and, questioning him about his spending and in turn they elected her and they end up getting Tiffany. It's a total nightmare. Anyway. So that documentary is out there on YouTube. But I did want to highlight this right quick. They're saying Krigley just withdrew his objections against that woman running for Dalton Mayor, Cassandra, and that the guy running for trustee because Max did not show up to represent him. So they are all allowed to be on the ballot. Some people are saying Tiffany Henyard's next press conference should be resignation announcement. Yeah, right. Tiffany's not going to resign. You might as well. This woman will be either put it behind bars or you got to beat her. You're not. She's not just gonna resign and give up. She's not a quitter. That's what I admire about Tiffany. She does not quit. It don't matter. It doesn't matter what. She does not quit. She's very resilient. Anyway, there you have it, folks. That's all about Tiffany. Will Tiffany refile the lawsuit? I don't know. Let me get to some of your comments. Wrecking ball, clear the room. Clear the room. Clear the room. Clear the room. Let me go back to her face. This face was hilarious. Call the roll. Call the roll. Robert Reed. Robert Reed. Robert Reed. Reed, Robert. You out of order. You out of order, trustee. You out of order. Tiff is playing checkers while the Harris and trustees are playing chess. Exactly. She got beat. She thought it was a playground and they took her to school. She got schooled. James Van Hoser, did you see the video outside catching Uncle Drew's new teeth? Them things was huge. No, I did not see that. Dave Bryson, Delgado Law Firm. Yeah, they just as dirty. Mannequin, ain't no maybes, LLL. All that crookedness. Hypocrite and karma. Yes. Robert Morris University is closed. Exactly. That's why Tiffany is claiming she got a bachelor's degree. She says she has a business degree from Robert Morris University. And we can't look it up. We cannot verify if she went to Robert Morris University. How convenient is it for her? D. Dave is saying Tiffany lawyer is getting his arguments from ChatGPT. Robert Morris is still open unless the website is incorrect. What is it? Is it Robert Morris or Robert Morris Brown? It's one of those. I thought it was Robert Morris. Of Illinois, right? Robert Morris University, Illinois. No, they closed. Robert Morris University closed its Springfield campus due to limited I think, isn't it two different Robert Morris colleges? You guys put in the chat. I can't remember. I thought it was Robert, or maybe it was Morris. Now it's Morris Brown is in Atlanta, but I thought it was Robert Morris, University Chicago. It says Robert Morris University, Illinois, which had a main campus in Chicago, ceased operation as an independent institution on March the 9th. Roosevelt University acquired Robert Morris University. You guys put it in the chat. I don't know. It's one of those colleges that she claimed. Matter of fact, let me just pull it up. Tiffany Henyard. I think they took the her picture down off of Dalton's website. This is not it. They don't, Dalton website used to come up, but let me see, Dalton. And this is so weird. The website ain't even coming up. The Wikipedia, I'm just going to show you guys this. When I put in Tiffany Henyard, Village of Dalton, Illinois, the website, Dalton Village website, let me just put Village of Dalton. They changed the website. It looks better though. They changed the website. Robert Morris University. Yeah, she got a bachelor's degree of arts from Robert Morris University. That's what it says. And that's the college that closed down. Anyway. Lee Hewitt, it says, I just want to make sure the understanding things are properly, or I understanding things are properly. Is it true that no salaries in Thornton Townships are being paid at this point, to include Tiffany Henyard and Kamal? I'm not for sure, but I don't know if they had an emergency meeting to approve some of the things on the agenda. But remember, the last few meetings they canceled, so I'm not for sure. And I know the budget that needed to be approved. Those are the people that, or that's the budget that approves the salaries of the employees. So a mannequin is saying, hey folks, what happened to the public officials being a good caliber and hold themselves to higher standards? Same in the UK, weaklings are running the show. I think it's, people hate when I say that. I just think this is a progressive leadership that's coming through. And when you're progressive and think that you shouldn't hold other people accountable and yourself accountable, I think that's when you're going off on a deep end. You say, oh, you want change, but do you want that kind of change? Yeah, we don't want corruption. No, but now you're getting corruption, and you say you for the people. So should we accept your corruption because you say you for the people? I don't know. I don't agree with that. So it's just, we change the faces. Is a different skin color. Dalton or Thornton Township is a different skin color, different sex or gender, but you're doing the same shit. So are you really for the people? It says, D. Dave, on a side note, Chicago Council meeting on their budget approval. Illinois is just full of comical officials. Yeah, I just saw that. It ran across my screen. We probably view that tomorrow, too. It's funny because you notice how your boy Brandon Johnson, he's going down. That last $65 million wasn't approved either. So he's backed up in the corner. And I believe, even though some of those the council members and aldermen probably agree, hey, we probably should give the money to the migrants or whatever type of budget, but your constituents are so mad, they're showing up. So they're probably scared to vote the way they want to vote. They really you got to vote with, where whatever your constituents is saying to vote. They're pissed off. They're showing up saying you better not vote that way or you're going to be out of a job, which they should. Your constituents are the people that you work for. You don't work for illegal immigrants. They can't vote, which they shouldn't be voting. Anyway. Wrecking Ball, yeah, the whole caucus idea is right out of Henyard's playbook. She was outplayed and it makes her so frustrated. Yes, it does make her frustrated. You guys make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button, share this channel. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate every single last one of you. Okay. Remember, tomorrow at the same time, we'll be talking about, we'll probably view a little bit on the Tiffany Henyard saga. And if she has something, if she actually refiled this lawsuit, I don't think she's going to do it. But if she actually refiles, we'll probably look at it. And then tomorrow we'll look at Chicago to see what they're doing there. And so you guys stay tuned. Tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'm sending all my good to you. I will talk to you tomorrow.